The next phrase is the sight of somebody. The sight of somebody refers to the act of seeing a person, often implying that it is notable or surprising. The sight of her made everyone smile. This means seeing her made everyone happy. He couldn't bear the sight of his friend in pain. This means he found it very difficult to see his friend suffering. The sight of the children playing brought back memories of his own childhood. This means seeing the children playing reminded him of his own experiences as a child. The next phrase is the sight of something. The sight of something refers to the experience of seeing something, often implying it is something remarkable or significant. The sight of the sunset over the ocean was breathtaking. This means seeing the sunset over the ocean was beautiful and left a strong impression. The sight of the new building in the city amazed the tourists. This means seeing the new building impressed the tourists. The sight of the damage after the storm was shocking. This means seeing the destruction caused by the storm was very surprising or upsetting. The next phrase is the 60s. The 60s refers to the decade from 1960 to 1969. The 60s were a time of social change and new music. This means the 1960s saw major changes in society and the rise of new musical styles. Many famous artists came to prominence in the 60s. This means many well-known artists became famous during the 1960s. The 60s were marked by political movements and counterculture. This means the 1960s were characterized by social and political activism, as well as alternative cultural movements. The next phrase is the supernatural. The supernatural refers to things that cannot be explained by natural laws, often involving ghosts, magic, or other mystical phenomena. She believed in the supernatural and often visited haunted places. This means she thought that things like ghosts and other unexplainable events were real, and she liked to visit places believed to be haunted. The movie was about a battle between good and evil in a supernatural world. This means the movie's plot involved magical or otherworldly forces in a fantasy setting. Many cultures have stories of supernatural creatures like vampires or spirits. This means different societies have myths or legends about things beyond natural explanation. The next phrase is, the thing is used to introduce an important point or explanation. The thing is, I forgot to buy the tickets for the concert. This means the important issue is that I didn't remember to buy the tickets. The thing is, we don't have enough time to finish the project today. This means the key issue is that there isn't enough time to complete the project. The thing is, I don't think this plan will work. This means the main point is that I don't believe the plan will succeed. The next phrase is the third person. The third person refers to the grammatical form used to talk about someone or something, using pronouns like he, she, it, or they. In the sentence, she is going to the store, the third person is she. This means the word she is used to talk about someone else, not the speaker or the listener. When telling a story, authors often write in the third person. This means writers often describe the actions and thoughts of characters using words like he, she, or they. The third person is used to refer to people who are not part of the conversation. This means the third person is used to talk about someone who is not the speaker or the person being spoken to. The next phrase is the 30s. The 30s refers to the decade from 30 to 39 years old, or the 1930s, depending on the context. He is in his 30s and has a successful career. This means he is between 30 and 39 years old and has a well-established job or profession. The 30s were a time of economic struggle for many families. This means the 1930s, in particular, were marked by economic difficulties, such as the Great Depression. She enjoyed her 30s more than her 20s because she felt more confident. This means she found her 30s a better experience compared to her 20s, likely because of increased self-assurance. The next phrase is the trouble with somebody. The trouble with somebody refers to the problems or difficulties someone has, either in their behavior or situation. The trouble with John is that he always arrives late to meetings. This means the problem with John is that he frequently comes late to meetings. The trouble with Sarah is that she doesn't listen when others are speaking. This means the issue with Sarah is that she doesn't pay attention when others talk. The trouble with him is that he can't make decisions on his own. This means the difficulty is that he is indecisive. The next phrase is the trouble with something. The trouble with something refers to a problem or difficulty related to a specific thing or situation. The trouble with the car is that the engine keeps stalling. This means the problem with the car is that its engine stops working unexpectedly. The trouble with this plan is that it doesn't account for the weather. This means the issue with the plan is that it hasn't considered the potential impact of the weather. The trouble with the project is that we are running out of time. This means the problem with the project is that there is not enough time left to finish it. The next phrase is the 20s. The 20s refers to the decade from 20 to 29 years old, or the 1920s, depending on the context. He spent most of his 20s traveling around the world. This means he spent the years between 20 and 29 exploring different countries. The 20s were known for their cultural changes, especially in music and fashion. This means the 1920s saw significant cultural shifts, especially in terms of music and clothing trends. I think my 20s were the best years of my life. This means I believe the period when I was between 20 and 29 was the most enjoyable and fulfilling time for me. The next phrase is the weekend after next. The weekend after next refers to the weekend that comes 2 weeks from now. We're planning to go on a hiking trip the weekend after next. This means the hiking trip is planned for the weekend that follows the next weekend. The weekend after next, I have a family reunion. This means my family reunion will take place 2 weekends from now. Are you free the weekend after next? This means I am asking if you are available 2 weekends from now. The next phrase is the week after next. The week after next refers to the week that comes 2 weeks from now. I will be on vacation the week after next. This means my vacation is planned for 2 weeks from now. The meeting is scheduled for the week after next. This means the meeting will take place in 2 weeks. The week after next, I have a doctor's appointment. This means my doctor's appointment is set for 2 weeks from now. The next phrase is the Thursday after next. The Thursday after next refers to the Thursday that comes 2 weeks from now. We have a meeting scheduled for the Thursday after next. This means the meeting is planned for 2 Thursdays from now. The Thursday after next works better for me. This means that 2 Thursdays from now is more convenient for me. Let's discuss the details on the Thursday after next. This means we will talk about the details in 2 weeks on a Thursday. The next phrase is the wheel. The wheel is a circular object that rotates and is often used as a part of a vehicle or machine. He fixed the wheel on his bicycle after it broke. This means he repaired the circular part of his bicycle that helps it move. The wheel of the car was damaged during the accident. This means the circular part of the car that allows it to roll was broken in the crash. She turned the wheel to the right to steer the car. This means she rotated the circular part of the car's steering system to change its direction. The next phrase is the whole thing. The whole thing refers to the entire situation or object in question. I didn't understand the whole thing about the meeting. This means I didn't grasp the entire concept or details of the meeting. She explained the whole thing, and I finally understood. This means she clarified everything, and I now comprehend the entire matter. I loved the whole thing, the story, the characters, and the setting. This means I liked everything about it. The plot, the people, and the environment. The next phrase is the young. The young refers to people who are at a youthful age, typically children or young adults. The young are the future of society. This means that younger people are the ones who will shape the future. The young people in the community are very active in volunteer work. This means young individuals in the community are involved in charitable activities. It is important to listen to the young and understand their perspective. This means we should pay attention to what young people think and feel. The next phrase is theft. Theft refers to the act of stealing something. The police are investigating the theft that occurred last night. This means the police are looking into the crime of something being stolen last night. He was arrested for theft after being caught stealing a wallet. This means he was taken into custody for the crime of stealing a wallet. The company has taken steps to prevent theft in the workplace. This means the company is implementing measures to avoid stealing within the office. The next phrase is Theme. Theme refers to the main subject, idea, or message of something, such as a book, movie, or event. The theme of the book is about friendship and loyalty. This means the main idea of the book focuses on the bond between friends and staying true to one another. The theme of the conference was Innovation in Technology. This means the central topic of the conference was new developments in tech. They decorated the room according to the theme of the party. This means they arranged the room based on the central idea or style of the party. The next phrase is theory. Theory refers to an explanation or idea based on facts or reasoning, often something that has not yet been proven. Einstein's theory of relativity changed our understanding of space and time. This means Einstein's explanation about how space and time are connected revolutionized science. He proposed a theory about how the brain processes emotions. This means he suggested an idea about how the brain works when we feel emotions. The theory of evolution explains how species develop over time. This means the scientific explanation of how organisms change and adapt through generations. The next phrase is therapy. Therapy refers to treatment for physical or mental health issues. He is receiving therapy to help with his back pain. This means he is undergoing treatment to alleviate the pain in his back. She went to therapy to work through some emotional challenges. This means she attended therapy sessions to address her emotional struggles. Cognitive therapy helps people manage negative thoughts. This means cognitive therapy is a type of treatment aimed at changing unhelpful thoughts. The next phrase is thermometer. Thermometer is an instrument used to measure temperature. She used a thermometer to check if she had a fever. This means she used the device to see if her body temperature was higher than normal. The thermometer showed that the room temperature was too hot. This means the instrument indicated that the temperature in the room was excessive. He put the thermometer in the water to measure its temperature. This means he placed the device in the water to see how hot or cold it was. The next phrase is thesis. Thesis refers to a long piece of writing on a particular subject, especially one that is done for an academic degree. She wrote her thesis on the impact of climate change on agriculture. This means she wrote a detailed research paper focusing on how climate change affects farming. His thesis was well-researched and highly praised by the professors. This means his academic paper was thoroughly studied and received positive feedback. Completing a thesis requires a lot of dedication and hard work. This means writing a thesis takes significant effort and focus. The next phrase is thigh. Thigh refers to the upper part of the leg between the hip and the knee. He injured his thigh while running in the marathon. This means he hurt the upper part of his leg during the race. The thighs are important muscles for walking and running. This means the upper leg muscles are crucial for movement and activity. She stretched her thighs before going for a jog. This means she warmed up the muscles of her upper legs before exercising. The next phrase is think over something or think something over. Think over something or think something over means to carefully consider or ponder something before making a decision. I need some time to think over your proposal. This means I need time to carefully consider your suggestion. She thought over the job offer before accepting it. This means she took time to consider whether to accept the job offer. Let me think it over and I'll get back to you. This means I'll consider the matter and respond later. The next phrase is think through something or think something through. Think through something or think something through means to consider something in detail, especially in order to understand it fully or solve a problem. Before making a decision, it's important to think it through. This means you should carefully consider all aspects before deciding. She took some time to think through the consequences of her actions. This means she spent time considering the potential outcomes of what she did. Let's think this problem through together. This means let's carefully analyze and consider the problem as a team. The next phrase is thirst. Thirst refers to the feeling of needing or wanting to drink something, usually because of dehydration. After the long run, he had a strong thirst for water. This means he was very thirsty and needed to drink water. You should drink plenty of water to avoid thirst. This means it's important to stay hydrated so you don't get thirsty. Thirst can be a sign that your body needs fluids. This means feeling thirsty may indicate that your body requires more water. The next phrase is thorough. Thorough means complete and detailed, paying careful attention to every aspect. She gave a thorough explanation of the topic. This means she explained the subject in a very detailed and complete manner. The investigation was thorough and revealed important details. This means the investigation was detailed and uncovered crucial information. He completed the project with thorough research and analysis. This means he did the project with a comprehensive approach, looking into every detail. The next phrase is thoroughly. Thoroughly is an adverb that means in a detailed, complete, and careful manner. She cleaned the house thoroughly before the guests arrived. This means she cleaned every part of the house very carefully and completely. He checked the document thoroughly before submitting it. This means he reviewed the document in great detail to make sure there were no mistakes. The teacher thoroughly explained the instructions to the students. This means the teacher gave a very detailed and clear explanation of what was required. The next phrase is those who which that. Those who which that refers to people or things being specified or defined. It is often used to introduce a relative clause that provides more detail. Those who work hard often succeed. This means people who put in effort generally achieve success. The book, which is on the table, is mine. This means the book, which is located on the table, belongs to me. She is the one that I trust the most. This means she is the person I trust more than anyone else. The next word is thoughtful. Thoughtful describes someone who shows consideration for others, is kind, and takes care in their actions. It was thoughtful of you to bring me flowers. This means it was kind and considerate of you to give me flowers. He is a thoughtful friend who always knows how to help. This means he is a caring and considerate friend who knows how to support others. She gave a thoughtful response to the question. This means her answer was carefully considered and showed deep thought. The next word is thousands. Thousands refers to a large number of things or people, typically in the range of thousands. There were thousands of people at the concert. This means the concert was attended by many people, likely numbering in the thousands. He donated thousands of dollars to charity. This means he gave a very large amount of money to a charitable cause. The city is home to thousands of tourists every year. This means many tourists visit the city annually. The next word is threat. Threat refers to a statement or indication of harm or danger that could occur in the future. He made a serious threat to her safety. This means he said something that indicated he would cause harm to her. The storm posed a serious threat to the coastal area. This means the storm was a potential danger to the area by the sea. The police are investigating the threat made against the company. This means the authorities are looking into the dangerous message directed at the company. The next word is threaten. Threaten means to indicate or warn that something harmful might happen. The dark clouds threatened rain, so we decided to stay indoors. This means the clouds suggested that rain was coming, so we chose to stay inside. He threatened to quit his job if the situation didn't improve. This means he warned that he would leave his job unless things got better. The wolf threatened the sheep, scaring it into a corner. This means the wolf posed a danger to the sheep, making it frightened. The next word is thrilled. Thrilled means to be very excited or happy about something. She was thrilled to receive the award. This means she was very excited and happy to get the award. He was thrilled when he heard the good news. This means he was extremely excited and happy upon hearing the positive information. I'm thrilled to be going on vacation next week. This means I'm very excited about the upcoming vacation. The next word is thrilling. Thrilling describes something that causes excitement or joy, often due to action or intensity. The movie was absolutely thrilling from start to finish. This means the movie was exciting and kept the audience engaged throughout. She had a thrilling experience riding the roller coaster. This means her experience was full of excitement and adrenaline. The thrilling race ended in a dramatic finish. This means the race was exciting and had a very tense and dramatic conclusion. The next word is throughout. Throughout means during the whole time or in every part of something. The event was exciting throughout. This means the entire event was exciting from start to finish. She traveled throughout Europe last summer. This means she visited many places across Europe during the summer. The news spread throughout the city quickly. This means the information became known in all parts of the city very fast. The next phrase is throw out somebody or throw somebody out. Throw out somebody means to ask or force someone to leave a place. The bouncer threw the troublemaker out of the club. This means the security guard made the troublemaker leave the club. She threw him out when he started arguing. This means she asked him to leave because of the argument. The landlord threw out the tenants who didn't pay rent. This means the landlord forced the tenants to leave because they didn't pay their rent. The next phrase is throw up something or throw something up. Throw up something means to vomit. He felt sick and threw up during the trip. This means he vomited because he wasn't feeling well. The smell of the food made me throw up. This means the odor caused me to vomit. The baby threw up after drinking milk. This means the baby vomited after feeding. The next word is thus. Thus is used to mean as a result or in this way. The experiment was successful, thus the theory was proven. This means the experiment worked, so the theory was confirmed to be correct. She was tired, thus she went to bed early. This means she went to bed early because she was tired. He failed to complete the task, thus missing the deadline. This means he missed the deadline because he didn't finish the task. The next word is tide. Tide refers to the rise and fall of sea levels caused by the gravitational pull of the moon and the sun. The tide was high when we went to the beach. This means the water level was at its highest point when we were at the beach. The fishermen waited for the tide to go out before setting sail. This means the fishermen waited for the water level to lower before they began their journey. The tide came in very quickly, flooding the shore. This means the water level rose rapidly, causing the shore to be covered in water. The next phrase is tie up. Tie up means to secure something or to occupy time. She tied up the boat to the dock. This means she secured the boat to the dock with ropes. He was tied up in meetings all day. This means he was busy with meetings for the entire day. The workers are tying up the loose ends of the project. This means the workers are finishing the last tasks of the project. The next word is tighten. Tighten means to make something more secure or firm. You need to tighten the screws to keep the shelf stable. This means you should make the screws tighter to ensure the shelf doesn't move. She tightened the belt around her waist. This means she made the belt tighter to keep her pants in place. He tightened his grip on the steering wheel. This means he held the steering wheel more firmly. The next word is tightly. Tightly means in a firm or secure way with little space between things. She held the rope tightly. This means she gripped the rope firmly. He tightened the lid tightly to prevent it from opening. This means he closed the lid securely. The box was tightly packed with clothes. This means the box was full and the clothes were packed very close together. The next word is times. Times can refer to multiple instances or occasions, or can also refer to a multiplication in math. She has traveled to many countries over the years, visiting several times. This means she has gone to these countries on multiple occasions. 2 times 3 equals 6. This means 2 multiplied by 3 equals 6. There were many difficult times during the project. This means there were many challenging moments during the project. The next word is timing. Timing refers to the choosing of the right moment or the arrangement of when something happens. The timing of her arrival was perfect for the meeting. This means she arrived at the ideal moment for the meeting. His timing in jokes is always spot on. This means he always knows the perfect moment to tell a joke. Good timing is crucial in cooking. This means knowing when to do each step at the right moment is essential when cooking. The next word is tiredness. Tiredness refers to the state of being tired or fatigued. His tiredness was evident after a long day at work. This means it was clear he was exhausted after working all day. Tiredness can affect your concentration. This means feeling tired can make it harder for you to focus. She felt a wave of tiredness after the workout. This means she suddenly felt very tired after exercising. The next phrase is to the best of my knowledge. To the best of my knowledge means according to what I know, as far as I am aware. To the best of my knowledge, the meeting starts at 3 p.m. This means, based on what I know, the meeting is scheduled for 3 p.m. To my knowledge, she has never been to Paris. This means, as far as I know, she has never visited Paris. To the best of my knowledge, he hasn't made a decision yet. This means, based on what I know, he hasn't decided yet. The next phrase is to a great extent. To a great extent means largely or significantly to a large degree. The project was successful to a great extent because of the team's effort. This means the team's hard work played a large role in the success of the project. To a great extent, the company's success is due to its innovative products. This means the company's success is largely attributed to its creative products. Her health improved to a great extent after the treatment. This means her health got much better after the treatment. The next phrase is to a large extent. To a large extent is similar to a great extent, meaning mostly or greatly. To a large extent, the new policies have improved working conditions. This means the new policies have significantly improved working conditions. The team won to a large extent because of their strong defense. This means the team's solid defense played a major role in their victory. The economy has recovered to a large extent since the recession. This means the economy has largely bounced back after the recession. The next phrase is to some extent. To some extent means to a limited or partial degree. The new software improved productivity to some extent. This means the new software made productivity better, but not by a lot. To some extent, we can blame the weather for the delays. This means the weather was partly responsible for the delays. To some extent, her actions were influenced by external factors. This means her actions were somewhat affected by things outside her control. The next phrase is to a certain extent. To a certain extent means to a limited degree, similar to some extent. To a certain extent, the project was a success. This means the project was successful, but not entirely. The new law helps to a certain extent in reducing pollution. It means the law is somewhat effective in reducing pollution, but not fully. To a certain extent, you can rely on these guidelines. This means the guidelines are helpful, but there may be exceptions. The next phrase is to be precise means to give exact or more accurate details. The event will be held at 3:05 p.m. to be precise. This means the event is scheduled for exactly 3:05 p.m. The car costs $25,000 to be precise. This means the exact cost of the car is $25,000. To be precise, the team scored 3 goals in the first half. This means the team specifically scored 3 goals in the first half, not more or less. The next phrase is to date. To date means up to the present time. She has written 5 books to date. This means she has written 5 books so far. To date, no one has solved the mystery. This means no one has figured out the mystery until now. To date, the company has reached over 1 million customers. This means the company has gained more than 1 million customers so far. The next phrase is to make matters worse. To make matters worse means to make a bad situation even worse. The storm caused delays, and to make matters worse, the power went out. This means the power outage made the situation even worse after the storm. He missed the deadline, and to make matters worse, he forgot the meeting. This means he forgot the meeting, making the situation even more difficult. To make matters worse, she lost her wallet while traveling. This means losing her wallet made her already bad situation even worse. The next phrase is to my mind. To my mind means in my opinion or as I believe. To my mind, the new policy is a step in the right direction. This means, in my opinion, the new policy is positive. To my mind, he is the best candidate for the job. This means I believe he is the most suitable candidate. To my mind, this approach will yield better results. This means, in my opinion, this method will give better outcomes. The next phrase is to start with. To start with means to begin with or initially. To start with, let's review the agenda for today's meeting. This means, first, let's go over the agenda for today. To start with, we need to gather more data. This means we need to begin by collecting more information. To start with, I'll introduce the topic of discussion. This means I will begin by introducing the topic. The next word is toenail. Toenail refers to the hard, protective covering on the tip of a toe. She painted her toenails a bright red color. This means she applied red nail polish to her toenails. His toenail was injured during the game. This means he hurt his toenail while playing. Make sure to trim your toenails regularly. This means it's important to cut your toenails often. The next word is tolerate. Tolerate means to endure or accept something unpleasant or difficult. I can't tolerate loud noises when I'm working. This means loud noises bother me a lot when I'm trying to work. She tolerated the cold weather for the sake of the hike. This means she put up with the cold weather because she wanted to go hiking. He didn't tolerate any form of dishonesty. This means he refused to accept or endure dishonesty. The next word is tomb. Tomb refers to a large underground structure or burial place for the dead. They visited the tomb of the famous king on their trip. This means they went to the place where the king was buried. The tomb was decorated with intricate carvings. This means the burial place had detailed artwork on its surface. The ancient tomb had been untouched for centuries. This means the tomb had not been disturbed for a long period of time. The next word is ton. Ton is a unit of weight equal to 2,000 pounds in the US or 1,000 kilograms in most other countries. The truck can carry up to 10 tons of cargo. This means the truck is capable of carrying 10,000 pounds or 10,000 kilograms of goods. She lost a ton of weight after the diet. This means she lost a lot of weight. The warehouse stores tons of products. This means the warehouse holds a large quantity of products. The next word is tone. Tone refers to the general character or attitude of a place, piece of writing, situation, etc., or the quality of sound. The tone of the conversation was serious and formal. This means the mood of the conversation was serious and official. She played the guitar with a soft, mellow tone. This means she played the guitar, producing a smooth and gentle sound. The tone of the letter was friendly and welcoming. This means the letter's style or mood was warm and inviting.